Hello woodturners, welcome back to the channel. As I'm sure you've seen from the thumbnail, we're going to make another dog today. I can't believe how much interest was shown in the last one that I did, so I thought I'd do another one. As you can see, I've got a piece of Iroko set up in the lathe here. I've turned a tenon on one end to get it into my four-jaw chuck. The head of the dog will be to the left of the screen as you're looking at it, and obviously the main body of the dog will be on the right. So I'm doing at the moment now, I'm just forming the head, and this I'm just thinning this down for the neck. I'm coming in there with my parting off tool just to give me a datum for the base of the dog. So as you see, I'm just turning that in, getting rid of that, don't need that, and just gradually getting rid of some of that wood, or rather very quickly getting rid of some of that wood. So as I say, that's the head I'm taking away there. There was way too much wood in the thickness of that, in the diameter of that. I need to take that down. And now I'm just giving this my final shape. This is a piece at the top of the dog's head. I need to be really careful here because I am a long way out of that chuck, so I can't be charging in it like a bull at a gate or a china shop. I have to take this very carefully here, take it away, just to give me that nice rounded head shape. So that's all done, and I'm just sanding this down now. So I sanded that all right down. I'm just going to give that a quick spray with methylated spirits or denatured alcohol. Just to get all that rubbish off the surface. It looks like two eyes in there. Looks like some sort of alien trapped inside the wood. Right, so what I'm going to do now is give that a coat of sand and sealer, and then a couple of coats of microcrystalline wax. Really beautiful shine on there straight away. Right, so that's pretty much finished. I can get part of that off. And as usual, that, because that's the base that's going to sit down on there, I need to go in at that sort of angle with my parting off tool. Just a small nub left on the end. What I need to do is just take that over on the sander, because I want to put a flat on there for its face and just a flat on there for where its feet go. So this is going to be the nose of my dog. I need to take some of that diameter off. A little button nose on here. So that's pretty much the size I want for the nose. What's snout? So just get a quick sand down. Quick bit of sand and sealer. And like I did before, just give it a black nose with a bit of a black permanent marker. Just give that a couple of minutes to dry. Then we'll just come in with a quick bit of wax. Just go in there and part that off now. One knows. Who knows? It's another piece of ash. I've got it set up between centres. I'm just going to knock the corners off of that and then get it making my pinjals, and this is what's going to make the ears. So this is a very long teardrop shape. So come down to a point then at this end. Is that the shape I'm looking for? As you see what I've done, I cut that in half, made that teardrop shape, took it on the bandsaw, cut it in half, just going to cut it across there now. So as you can see, I've parted them off now, and all I need to do is just sand that up by hand, through there, put a bit of polish on there, and they're ready for you. The two legs, what I'll do, knock the corners off, put a tenon on that end. So now I'm just taking this wood down to the thickness I need for the thickness of the legs. It was funny because when I was looking at it and trying to measure it to see what it looked like, I noticed the size of one of my fingers was about the right size for the wood I wanted. So what I've done, I've set my calipers to the size of my finger. Take the wood down. What I did first, I went with my parting off chisel and the calipers and just took it down to the size I wanted, and then I just went in my spindle roughing gauge and just quickly roughed it down to that size. I also had a quick measure on the body of the dog, and they needed to be around 50mm long. So what I then did was make sure I had 100mm of wood there, which is what I'm doing now. Nice clean up cut. And then I can just go in, part these off, and have two 50mm legs. I do, when I come to glue these to the dog, I need a flat on there, and I thought it'd be easier to do this with my angled drill. Do it now with a sanding pad in there, than try and hold something that small onto a belt sander. Just taking that down, ready now for sanding. Not for sanding, I meant for gluing. Right, so now the glue up. Now I've done these in the past, and they've not been great with the overhead view, and I've tried different views, so now you're looking over my shoulder, because it's very difficult because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing here, trying to show that to the camera, but I can't look at that and look at the camera to make sure I've got it in shot at the same time. I suppose what I do with this big monitor up in front of me, but I haven't got one, so we're going to have to go with this. So this is my dog. It's going to be his nose. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use some bits of dowel just to hold this in place. So let's go back there. So something's going to be around there somewhere. Push down in there, just cut it off. Down in there. That was pretty good. And then to fit his eyes, that would be in there and there. Good. Good, like that. And now we're just going for the final glue up. Everything's drilled off, the holes for his eyes and his nose. So we're just gluing them in place now. One of the things I did add that wasn't in my original design was I cut a little slither of wood and coloured it with a permanent red felt tip pen or marker, and just slipped it in underneath his snout, and looks like a tongue hung out, which I think is quite nice. So as I just final glue up for the face, and then I've got the ears and the legs left to fix. So here I'm doing the ears in exactly the same way. I'm just drilling a small hole in there at the very top of the ear, and I'm going to fit a piece of dowel in there and then drill a hole in the side of the dog just to accommodate that piece of dowel. And then when I think they look pretty good, I can get and glue them up. I did after I drilled and fitted these, but pre-gluing them. I did think the ears were set slightly too high. They didn't look quite right to me. So what I did is I took the dowel out and I re-drilled the hole in the ear, just a little bit closer to the top of the ear, so the ear sat down a little bit more, which I thought looked a lot nicer. And as those ears are up tight against the head, nobody will see where the extra hole was drilled. So this was the original one, and I thought the ears were sat up too high. And there I am now, just re-drilling it. So that's what's going to be 2 legs. So we need to drop a bit of glue on there. Bit of accelerant on there. all glued up. Well, there you go, YouTubers. Another project. Another bit goofy looking dog. Quite cute all the same. Well, for those of you still watching, hope you enjoyed that. It's been good fun. I do quite enjoy doing these things. Just something a little bit different. Just something to get into. So, there we go. I've been Steve Howe from a very cold workshop in Hampshire. I hope you enjoyed it. You take care of yourself. I'll see you all again next week. Bye bye.